Hey, cousins. Let's get into it. Destiny Brown. You probably like, who is that? You see the picture. Her name is Callie Armstrong. She right now is in Evolve and she runs the ropes like Braun Breaker. This chick is moving the ring and spearing and goring the fuck out the girls. Having some really good fluid matches right now. She is one to watch. Very difficult to find information on her. So I went to her IDMB. Is that what it's called? IDMB? IMDB, right? And this is the information I found on her. She was born July 6, 1994 in Los Angeles, California. Here's some information. Sprinting to the top of the women's empowerment is Destiny Brown, a professional track and field sprinter, three-time NCAA All-American athlete, world record holder in the sprint medley relay. Her persistence in accomplishing her dreams has proven worthwhile, having become a two-time USA Championship semifinalist, an Olympic trial qualifier, and a role model featured in several campaigns for Nike, Reeboks, Asics, Samsung, and Dick's Sporting Goods. Destiny has been mentored for years by Carmelita Jeter, the second fastest woman alive. Carmelita's perseverance and go-getter attitude has inspired Destiny to adopt the same outlook in her life, refusing to settle for anything less than what her ambitions dictate. Destiny says the greatest piece of advice she ever received from Carmelita was to, and I quote, always remain myself through the storm and never let the tough times break me. She has lived that advice to its whole truth every day. Destiny was born in Los Angeles, California to two parents who struggled with drug abuse. As a result, Destiny was born with drugs in her system. She has never let that affect her or allow herself to become a victim of circumstance. And I quote, the odds have never been in my favor, but that has never and will never stop me from pursuing my dreams, says the track star and aspiring actress. When she decided she wanted to run professionally, she made it happen, funding her own expenses to the University of Southern California to run on their track and field team. Destiny is a profoundly resilient and inspirational woman. She has been part of several commercials and takes pride in being able to represent not only women in athletics, but African American women in powerful and inspiring roles. Give a round of applause. I love it. Yes. Representation matters. Go fight with your uncle. Destiny is known for her relentless fighter mentality and efforts in empowering others. Fans have described Destiny as likable, energetic, confident, motivative, optimistic, humble, and disciplined qualities that are significant when alone and unparalleled when embodied together. Destiny Brown is already a household name for those in athletics, and she will become even more widely known as synonymous with women's empowerment, beauty, perseverance, and strength and commitment to your dreams. Destiny is working in commercial acting and branching out into TV and film. Right now, you can see Destiny Armstrong, like I told you, on Evolve. I just mixed her name, Destiny Brown, aka Callie Armstrong, on Evolve. She was born July 6, 1994, which makes her 30 years old. She graduated from college with a degree, I want to say, was it in communications? We love an educated college girl. She was in NXT from July 8th, 2024 to March 4th, 2025. And she, like I said, she is now in Evolve as of late. She is billed as a face, but she moving on them ropes like a heel. So her class that she came into NXT with is basically, a lot of them are on LFG. So Xena, you got the Shelton, you got the dude I told y'all that looked like The Rock. I see Trent Yearwood's there. So a lot of those guys. Oh, Tyra May Steele, that's one to watch. A lot of those guys are in her class, and she's already excelled to be on TV on Evolve. So that's good. All right. Well, I persevered and I found more information about Destiny Brown, aka Callie Armstrong. So she said, according to this interview, more about herself. She has 5 brothers and 2 sisters, cousins, aunts, aunt and grandma. They lived with all of them, and so there was never a dull moment. Her grandmother raised her because her mother and father were struggling with drug addictions, and she did the best she could. They didn't have much in Los Angeles, and everything was coming too expensive, so they had to pack up and move to Victorville when she was in the middle of fourth grade. So she goes on to talk about her first audition was for a global Nike commercial, and she booked it. She said she was super excited, and she had so much fun filming it and meeting awesome people on set, and she knew that the career path was definitely one she wanted to explore, which was acting. So one question I think is a good question. They said, you have such impressive work. What are some of the most interesting or exciting projects you are working on now, and where do you see yourself heading from there? She says, I just did a pretty cool commercial for a company called Just Egg that she's pretty excited about. She said, I'm also gearing up to take some acting classes, so I'll be ready to grasp my opportunities when they're presented to me. I see myself being in multiple movies, TV shows, and commercials. I also see myself being a global brand ambassador for multiple big-time companies, as I know I will do their brands great justice. The next question is, can you share 3 reasons why you think it's important to have diversity represented in film and television, and how that could potentially affect our culture and our growth in youth growing up today? Excellent question. She goes on to say, it is very important to have diversity and represented in film and television because film and television should be relatable to real life. There are so many different races and colors and shapes in this world that they should all get a fair shake at seeing someone who looks like them on TV. Back in the day, white people were largely the only race who were seen in TV because other races weren't allowed to be. We have since moved away from that, and we see a wide range of diversity, and it needs to stay that way. It begins to create a level playing field, although we're not fully there, but we are moving in the right direction. With our youth, when our youth can see someone they can relate to on TV and film, it makes them feel a sense of belonging and understanding the world that they might not offer otherwise. Representation and diversity is so important, and the TV and film industry is getting better and better at inclusion as time goes on, which is unfortunate because without me diving deep in politics, we already see what's happening with diversity, equity, inclusion. But Miss Callie Armstrong, Destiny Brown, has pushed through regardless. So they said, what are 5 things I wish someone told me when I first started in the business? I'm gonna take 2. Number 1, Hollywood doesn't care about you as a business. We can go ahead and lay that at the feet of wrestling too. She said, I thought since I was a good person, people would want to look out for me. I filmed a global commercial, and I was super excited to see it on TV and to get my residual checks, just to find out my part was cut from the final edits. They didn't look out for me. They only focused on what worked for me. And the other one I think is really good. Well, 2 of them. Learn the importance of niche. This is so important because you can waste your time auditioning for roles that you don't get because it isn't your strong suit. Once you find your niche, you can focus on getting better at the particular thing, and in turn, you'll have much more success booking gigs. I actually think focusing on your niche can fit in any field. My field is human services, helping people. I'm a social worker. I'm a clinical therapist. I'm a behavior management specialist. That is my niche, and I do very good at it. Now, this is a niche. Me talking to you about wrestling is a very niche. And the stuff I talk about is even smaller because some people just want to hear people yell and argue. Some people just want to hear mess. Some people don't want a coherent conversation and a discussion. They just want to just get instant gratification and can't sit and listen to anything longer than 5-minute videos. So this is a niche. And then the last one I think is very important is network. She said networking can make or break a career. Everyone has heard the phrase, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And it's so true. I've seen people book gigs because a casting agent was familiar with them and had built a connection with them, although someone else might have been better fit. A familiar face wins all the time. Let me tell you something. When I tell you that as much jobs and as much industries and things that I learned and worked with, it is not what you know, it's who you know. The way being a New Yorker, and shout out to my New Yorkers, y'all can get in the comments and tell me, having the gift of gab will get you in places you would never have imagined. It don't matter if you a high class model, Gucci down to the socks. If you know how to talk to a motherfucker and make her feel good, you could get anywhere you can get. And I'm so glad I feel like I got the gift of gab from my dad. because he was a very likable and lovable guy, always joking, but he had a super mean streak to him, which took a lot to get out, and he was sensitive. But when I tell you this dude would be places and you'd be like, "How did you get there?" And he just be like, I just talked to him and they was like, "Come on." Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Um I like Callie. She got a lot going on and she sounds like a real fantastic and focused young lady. Well, young woman because she's 30 years old. Um, I wish I could find more information about her, but I'll tell you this. She is on Evolve, which you know comes on Wednesdays, free on Tubi. Go over there and check your girl out. Beautiful, built. Do you hear me? Bad, beautiful black woman who is not afraid to represent for the culture. She's over there doing her thing. She's learning the ropes. She's good at it. And I just expect more and better things from her. And hope to see you on the main roster eventually. But in the meantime, I'm enjoying her on Evolve. I do look at Evolve. Y'all go ahead and tell me what y'all think and what you learned about Destiny Brown, Callie Armstrong in the comments if you made this far. Later.